Members of the Board of Trustees of Appalachian State University, good morning. As many of you know, my name is Michael Berendt. I'm a professor in the History Department at Appalachian, and I'm the current chair of the Appalachian State Faculty Senate. Your meeting has just adjourned. I applaud you on what you have accomplished in difficult times and under challenging circumstances. There was, however, one surprising oversight, a nearly complete lack of reference to the work of the university's faculty. The absence of a faculty voice during your meeting was even more striking. This is surprising. Every day at our university, some 1,400 faculty teach classes online or in person, mentor our students, supervise student research and lab work, oversee student internships or practicums, and foster our students' contacts to graduate school and the professional world. The faculty are constantly at work publishing books and articles, presenting at conferences, writing grant applications, and doing a wide range of creative work that ensures that the name Appalachian State University is known in scholarly communities across the world. All this occurs daily. It is higher education's lifeblood. But in your meeting, regrettably, it barely registers. This lack of engagement with faculty is even more surprising given the current situation in which the university finds itself. We have been asked to return to campus in the midst of a pandemic, at a time when universities are widely recognized to be major conduits for the virus's dissemination. We all know from colleagues in North Carolina and beyond that higher education's economic prospects in the near future are perilous, as was mentioned during your meeting. Universities also occupy a central point in the cultural and political turmoil that is currently afflicting our society as a whole. So this situation is one of concern. But your lack of engagement with faculty in this context is not accidental. It is a conscious choice. As you know, earlier this week, I followed the procedures of your published bylaws to request that I, in my capacity as Faculty Senate Chair, be able to speak to you today for 5 minutes. And that you listen to the body, to the representative of the body that, according to our employment contract, is charged with representing the faculty and the faculty voice. In reply to my request, the Chancellor's Chief of Staff informed me, I quote, "The trustees asked me to thank you for your inquiry and to decline your request to speak," end quote. This refusal is not a one-time occurrence. It is the culmination of a nearly 10-month refusal on your part to listen to me, and most importantly, to the faculty. I remind you that as soon as I became Senate Chair, I reached out to Chair Blackburn and had a productive meeting with him in the summer of 2019. I appreciated being able to share the faculty perspective at the board's meetings that fall. Since then, however, our requests to meet with you have been systematically spurned. On Christmas Day 2019, exactly 9 months ago, I received an email from your chair that was critical of opinions that my colleagues had expressed at the December Faculty Senate meeting. I did not personally agree with his assertions or his tone, but I responded that very same Christmas Day. I wrote, and I quote, "Why don't you and other trustees come to talk to faculty about these issues? You are welcome to come to a Faculty Senate meeting, but I am also happy to organize a special, more informal meeting with a representative group of faculty. I hope you will consider this." Needless to say, this invitation was not accepted. I renewed this request on several occasions in the spring, extending the invitation to other board members as well, to no avail. At the April meeting of the board, in response to a question of one of the trustees, about the question of a faculty pay raise that had been one of the faculty's major concerns in recent years, I requested the floor. As anyone who wishes to review that meeting's recording will attest, my goal was to say that while I regretted the compensation situation among faculty and staff at our university, an issue that the administration has acknowledged, I understood that in the midst of a pandemic, other priorities had to take the forefront. But I was interrupted by your chair and not allowed to complete my remarks in ways that, I maintain, are contrary to your body's official and published bylaws. At the very moment when the university was entering turbulent waters, you cut off your ties to the university's faculty. The reason why you chose to end communication is not hard to figure out. It's very simple. Faculty said publicly things that you don't agree with. There really is no doubt about this. When I passed on faculty concerns to you about university enrollment goals or salary concerns, you were dismissive. When I wrote our new provost a welcoming public email, you cooed with encouragement. I want to be absolutely clear. I am not expecting that you agree with us on any or every issue. I am simply saying that if you want to have a comprehensive understanding of the institution you serve, it is in your interest to understand the positions and insights of those who fulfill the university's core mission. Whether it be the 20,000 student enrollment goal or the implementation of COVID-related safety measures, faculty have on-the-ground experience that could helpfully inform your decision-making, be it related to teaching in classrooms and labs, understanding matters like schedules, registration and curriculum, or other matters. It is always dangerous when those in charge of an institution fail to have a sense of its day-to-day life, of the retail level at which its goals are being fulfilled. Whether you agree with it or not, faculty insight could be of enormous value to you. Even if you do not believe that faculty perspective on such matters is relevant, and I suspect some of you are in that case, I would suggest that understanding the faculty perspective is important to ensuring that the institution is well governed, which I would expect to be one of your concerns. Even if the university's academic mission is not your primary purview, surely you cannot be effective as trustees without open lines of communication to the faculty. This failure, and the failure to have such lines of communication, had real consequences. As you know, on August 17th, the Faculty Senate, after thorough and thoughtful deliberation, voted no confidence in the administration of this university. To be perfectly blunt, I believe that you bear some responsibility for this decision. If, in a time of crisis, you had responded to our request to meet with you, if the relationships that we tried to build with you at an earlier point had flourished or had existed, if you had at least listened to our concerns, I am confident that at the very least matters would have played out differently. Finally, I would expect you to listen to the faculty and their representatives because you care about the institution and its rules. Faculty Senate is part of the contract of every faculty member employed on this campus. At your meeting today, you approved faculty handbook changes, but you are encouraging the administration to violate the faculty handbook, or at least to fail to honor its provisions, when you accept their refusal in recent weeks to try to sidestep the Faculty Senate as the legitimate representative of the faculty on campus. I would also point out to you, given how deeply I know you care about this institution, its traditions, and its history, that the Senate is a long-standing feature of this university. It was created in 1969. The existence of academic senates is a benchmark of good governance in higher education on this campus, in the UNC system, and nationally. Trustee Wilson, You belong to the class of 1975. Trustee Sofield, you belong to the class of 1976. The institution you benefited from was one that had a faculty senate. It is unfortunate that now that you have the honor of serving on your alma mater's board, you refuse to engage with an institution that has long served the university well. In conclusion, I ask you, does it really make sense for me to be addressing you this way via YouTube? I have a responsibility insofar as I hold this position of Faculty Senate Chair of representing my faculty. And that is something that I strongly believe in and I try to do effectively. So I will speak to you according to the means that are available to me. But wouldn't it be in everybody's interest, including your own, including the administration's, if instead of forcing me to communicate with you this way, you actually talk to us? In the current situation, it has never been more crucial that we work together. Faculty have expressed many concerns about the situation in which the campus finds itself, ranging from the trajectory of positive COVID cases on campus, the ongoing problems of university communication, and rampant faculty distrust about communications concerning the pandemic in particular, about the future of university finances, and of course about issues of racial justice on campus, but also in the UNC system. So here is my request that I ask that you consider and consider seriously. First, between now and the December 4th meeting, let Faculty Senate organize a meeting between you and the faculty. Faculty Senate, per the handbook that you regularly amend, is the legitimate representative of the faculty on campus. I promise an open meeting in which Senate and non-Senate representatives will be included, and one that will represent faculty from across the campus. Second, let's create a practice of having the Faculty Senate chair, me, but also the chairs who will serve in the future, regularly provide a brief report at each Board of Trustees meeting. It shouldn't have to be requested. It is in the interest of the institution's health that the board be regularly informed of the issues that the faculty are concerned with. If you think the faculty are misguided or misinformed, that is absolutely fine. Academics are constantly used to being corrected. We expose ourselves to it. So if we're wrong, correct us. But let's end this practice of summarily discounting the faculty perspective. Thank you very much for listening to my remarks, and I do ask that you consider my requests seriously. I always welcome the opportunity to speak with you, and I hope that we can work together to address the concerns of the faculty, but also the broader challenges the university is facing at this time. Thank you very much for your time, and have a good day.